Welcome to OreoOlive.com. As you know, Oreo and olives don't mix, but the abstract thought of putting those two words together has led me to create a channel to discuss various topics. On today's episode, I wanted to do another video on the dating scene. And I wanted to do a video on what dating was and what dating is right now. And it still circles around the initial topic which I brought to the table, which is where people should go on the first date, or as they're dating and getting to know each other, and as their time goes by, the scenery changes. So oftentimes what people do is they go out on a date and they go to a super expensive place. And this is before they even get the opportunity to get to know the person that they're talking to. So oftentimes that man wants to make the impression, a perfect impression, like, on that woman, and he's going to take her to a very nice place. And on one end, that could be a very good thing because he really wants the best. And then two, on the other end, is what you put out there is definitely something that you're going to have to keep up. And so when I was thinking about doing this video, what I want to make sure to definitely stress to people is don't spend unnecessary money on things that you don't need to spend it on quite yet. And so as you're dating that person, you're finding out that you all have a lot in common after you've talked and you're getting to know each other. Start off with somewhere simple, somewhere small. Go to a public coffee shop, sit down, talk. Pay attention to each other, see what each other like, and just get that interaction and conversation casually before you get all dressed up and go into a nice spot. And depending on what city that you're in, you're going to have different types of restaurants, very expensive restaurants here and there. But initially, I just don't think that it's worth going and spending a whole lot of money on that very first date, because if it goes bad, then of course that man is going to be very upset that he spent all that money on the first date, and that person decided that they didn't want to date that person, and they go off and move on to the next person. When you start off with something small, you're taking baby steps, you're getting to know each other. You start off, as I said earlier in the previous video, you go into a park, you're walking, you're not spending any money, you're talking, you're getting to know each other, it's casual. You go into a coffee shop, you may spend, $10, $15 between a cup of coffee and maybe something to snack on. They're talking to each other, and then you work your way up to a more expensive date. I've heard before people taking other folks to McDonald's and stuff, and getting to, going out to eat and stuff like that. And on one hand, that's funny because that person probably won't talk to you after that, but I just think it's very unfair that oftentimes that people are under the perception that they have to go super expensive first and not take their time to talk, because then visually people are focused on the amount that they paid on the meal and how they can get the next meal after that. Okay, so that's my take on looking at the dating situation. Is most importantly, take that time and you all talk and you get to know each other and really see if the dating aspect is going to continue, to see if you all are interested in each other. And as time goes by, then you get to move to those more expensive places. Maybe you all will start traveling to different cities together, or going to concerts together, or doing things that would require a little bit more money to actually do. So when you look at it overall, you're investing in each other. And I wanted to make it crystal clear in the last video. I said that one person should not have to pay for everything. If you two are getting to know each other, make sure y'all have that conversation on who's going to be paying for what. I find it okay for both that man and that woman to pay for different types of dates. I don't see anything wrong with that. What I do see something wrong with is just that man just paying for everything just off the top. But as long as you all have that conversation beforehand, before it grows, then that way when you get into the real deal relationship, when you guys are ready to take it to the next level, you have an understanding amongst each other. When you have that understanding amongst each other, then there's no surprises that will circle around that going later on down in life. And that's just some thoughts and my opinions on it. I think it's very sweet to see people who have been together for years. I mean, I have friends whose parents have been together over 30-something years, but then of course that time that they were together back then is different than the times that we're in right now. So get out there, get to know that person, change up the dating scene. Go out if you want to meet a nice person. Go to a place that's going to be definitely very diverse, so that you can practically run into somebody that you think that you probably might like, if that makes any sense. So, in other words, if you're scared to go out to eat by yourself, go to a decent spot, take yourself out, and who knows, you may run into somebody. Ladies, that man may approach you whenever you're there. Just take the time to go out. Don't be afraid of going out by yourself, because you will then run into that person who goes to that same common spot. And oftentimes you'll cross paths with that person. So, like, listen, and subscribe over at olive.com. Look forward to bringing more content to you soon. Click the like and subscribe button. And definitely look forward to seeing the comments below.